I ordered a new one that had the stud, and it comes like this. Look at this. So this stud gets bent in shipping because the guy packs it in envelopes. Like, that's packing material. The box is a little too short anyway. So this comes bent. I emailed the guy and he's just like, I don't know, just like dealing with people. But the races are nice. The oil groove is clean. Like, it's gonna work. It's gonna be nice. If these threads hold, right? So, okay. Everything else is there and in good condition. Oh, I think I have to take the valve off though. And if it works, good, we'll keep it. And if it doesn't work, we're gonna send it back and say you broke it in shipping because you packed like, I don't know, dipshit. I'd rather not waste the part though, it's good. So we'll get this off. Just setting these up. Had to get the gutter up there. You know, those have been up there for a while. These have just been sitting around. Someone gave me these like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. Got them out of the box, installed, got the gutter in there, rain barrel. You know, everything's a project. Let's see if this works. We'll see. I don't want to do it all at once, but I don't think doing it slow really helps that much either. Try it with the leverage post or something. We'll fulcrum. Yeah. Just kind of using smaller and smaller box wrenches. I've got this post pretty much straightened out. The dowel fits. Everything seems to align. It goes exactly where it likes. I don't know. It's pretty lame that the post was bent, but what are you gonna do? Send it back? Wait, you know, this is like the second one. Like, I don't know. This will work. Valve spring compressor here. I didn't like how the post was pressing into the valve, so I made a little cushion I'm going to use out of some leather. see how you get that in there. I feel like I don't even know it's set up right. Like I probably actually don't. Whatever. Not bad. Nice. Keep track of them in cardboard like I do the hardware. Hopefully they all look as good as that one. Just fell out. Nice. I'm pretty happy with this otherwise, but we'll see. I'm optimistic this thing's gonna run just fine. Not bad. Might not have leaked. Never know. Never know with the new ones either. Next step, let's get this thing washed, reassembled. So I cleaned all this off, sprayed it out with the air compressor, and a little soap and water. All right, just a quick drop of oil there on the valve stem to help it slide it. There we go. Make sure it has space. chewed up. I'm going to keep lapping this valve in, and then after a few more minutes of the regular stuff, I'm going to switch over to the diluted. That makes for pretty boring video. Don't worry, it won't be long. Oh man, I had it. This thing's like slowly gained magnetism. It wasn't magnetized before. Okay, that's fun. Only I could use my other hand. There we go. It's like I had it, I turn the camera on, and then it undoes itself. As soon as I turn the camera off, this thing drops straight in. Alright, let's get the others. Well, that was a mistake. Forgot to put the ring back on. Wonderful. So we're back at 0, but having had the experience of just completed one, so I guess that's something. Let's go ahead. Nice. Got the new valve seals in there. Nice green. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. One more thing to grab off of this, and we'll be done with this head. Of course, cannot reach the wrench. Come on. Man, it is not going to budge. Wow. Just kind of realizing, like, all I want is a manifold. I don't even think I need the hardware. Like, I don't want to break it, but this head's already pretty jacked up. Obviously, I don't want to round it off because that's going to be the worst case scenario, but let's just save the manifold. It's not turning, it's just rounding. Let's see about the magical vice grip. That's not tight enough. Oh, man. No, it is, that is unbelievable, man. Just left it in the sun and it broke free. Cool. That'll work for us. Got the cover on the old cases, heated it with the heat gun, and finally starting to make some progress here. You might be able to get a new one of these covers, but this thing was ridiculously stuck. I don't know, we'll see what we can do up there. I saw anti-seize on there and it just wouldn't come off anyway. That line getting close to the top there. So we've got the temporary overflow set up. We'll attach here. A little bit of gasket maker in there. Not necessarily bad. Worth keeping an eye on. The edge right there is not super. Same here. However, on the outside, I'm not that worried about it. Same. Similar. I wonder if they were like prying on this thing. I think that's going to be nice. That's a good fit right there. The newer and the older. The races in here are nice, which is the part that unfortunately were not nice over here. The rocker arms also have some pretty big grooves. We're on this, they're nice and clean. However, The original piece has a much nicer decompression lever. This one's bent, so I'm gonna switch that too. Take the valve covers. Not bad. Make the best piece out of both of these. Sets the tension on the balancer chain, and you never really need to adjust this for the life of the engine. You can just put it back to where it was. Let's see, that is off. That's what we're looking for. Nice. Okay. Triple check those align. Timing over here is still good. Dots to gold links. Top dead center. Cam chain guides. This apparently is super rare. I'm pretty happy that it's in great shape. Definitely want to get that surface. Let's see, keep an eye on there. So this goes through the cylinder wall. Going through the head covers here, I'm noticing a couple of differences. Well, one, the replacement part races look significantly better, which is the reason, well, one of two, the other reason being, look at how much wear is showing here as opposed to the replacement piece. So, okay, no brainer, this is the one. There are a couple differences though that are somewhat concerning. This here, where the end cap goes after the cam shaft, has this little groove, and it really holds the cap snugly. Here, it doesn't have that little groove, which I find interesting. It does still hold the cap, so without having seen this piece other than exactly how it is right now, I don't know what the cap looked like. I'm assuming it's the same one, so we're gonna go with this piece. It does feel like it fits here pretty well. I am gonna replace the decompression lever. This is the replacement part. It's a little chewed up. The original is much cleaner and straighter. Also, valve covers did not come with the replacement piece, but that's okay because mine are fine. And I think that's it. Again, this wear, obviously, I do not want the replacement cam that I purchased because the original has matching wear. Like, that's so bad. Look at how it dents in. So, yeah, they're pretty chewed up there. Well, I got everything set aside that I'm gonna need. I also remembered I do need to grab one of these, as this dowel pin has no pair. I will be grabbing this one and adding it there. Very nice. I really like the way this polished aluminum look is coming together. Some scratching, but I'm going to use some wet dry. Get that out once the whole thing's together. But I've got two parts that are painted. Stator cover and the chain guard. So we're going to try some. I've got this industrial strength paint stripper. Aircraft strength. We're going to start here. Get the paint off of this. Clean it up. Wow, this stuff smells strong. Alright, I'm not sure how long it's got to sit, so we're kind of experimenting here with this. While the paint stripper's doing its thing, I'm going to transfer the components over from the damaged case to the replacement. Looks like they put a decompression valve. Delete. Can you imagine deleting the decompression valve? That's interesting. Hopefully that's still working. It looks like it's in good condition. Let's see, I've got a dipstick already. This one's not bad though. Keep that. I could probably use that for the 250. XL 250, which has... yeah, that dipstick's seen better days. That's good. Nothing going to waste here. Got the spring, the little mechanism, lever arm, and decompression cable. This actuator arm came with the replacement, and it looks like it's in good shape. Good enough to not worry about taking this one out. I guess that's all we need. I don't really want to take this apart. The paint stripper is working really well. So I'm going to try and tuck this in side of here. Just kind of get this out of the way so I can get the paint off this part. But I don't feel like trying to pull these out. The socket doesn't fit well because of these, and I strip and break bolts every time I touch anything. Stuff starts working quick. Look at that. Around where the paint was already coming up. Yeah. Use a plastic scraper this time. I don't know, I can't get any socket to fit on that. So I'm just gonna do this way. It's not in there very tight, so no real risk of stripping anything. Just can't turn it with my fingers. Okay. It just pushes out. This is not supposed to be like this. There's no way. Let's get this out of here. This is the strangest bolt. Look at this thing. So crazy. I wonder what this was for originally. There's like a slot in this end. I wonder if it's even a motorcycle part. These threads are awfully wide for a motorcycle part. Threads are usually fine, although these aren't fine. wheel. Let's get this out of here. Ooh, finally. Yeah, that's not stock. I don't know what's going on with this. There's like an insert. This piece fits so perfectly in there. I just thought it was like made for this, but I think it's just like a vacuum line or a fuel line or something. But that was pretty clever. Whoever put this together to block off the decompression valve. I'm sure it didn't leak. I like coming up on little bits like this, you know, it goes in the hardware bin. I'll find a use for that one day. This is some tough paint. Scraping off here. Honda wasn't messing around with this paint. This is some quality enamel here. Almost ashamed to take it off. Alright, that was a nice little test. Let's give this thing a healthy coating. Might as well while I'm here. Go, gadget fingers. Alright, we got this off. Should let us get a good grip on this now. Man. I'm not gonna be able to get this out or what? How is there no groove for this to just slide through? Like, there should just be a little groove. Shoot. Got a little better action going on here this time. That's definitely how it's supposed to look. Look at that, it just wipes right off. It is working. Let's give it some more time. Give it some scrubbing. If all else fails, layer it on even thicker next time. Yeah. It is looking good though.